Didn't stop the usual grifters for going after gun control, or going for gun control, though, like David Hogg, the Parkland School survivor, even though he was never in the building, much like AOC on January 6th. He came out and said America needs to completely shut the country down until we make all of our gun laws federally identical to what they have in Massachusetts. Is that just not unhinged? Especially, like, every time you see these shooters that shoot up a school or a mall, if they leave a manifesto, they will specifically say, hey, I picked this target because there's no armed security, and I know nobody else is packing heat. Do you know there's never been a mass shooting at a school during school hours when that school allows teachers to carry on the job? Doesn't force them, allows them. Hey, you can carry a gun. Never been a mass shooting. You think that's a coincidence? And they always say, oh, you're going to make schools like prisons. If you put armed guards or police in schools, they're going to be like prisons. Really? There's police at football games. There's police at concerts. There's police at the courthouse. There's police, armed guards, pretty much everywhere you go. I've never heard you guys ever compare one of those things to prisons. So why schools? Do you want schools to be a soft target for terrorists? Of course you don't. But that's the smooth brain logic that we've come to expect from the Short Bus Brigade. We did come up with a new nickname for the people we disagree with last week. It was the Short Bus Brigade while you were gone. It's very, very endearing. It's very respectful, because we like to be respectful on this show. Not to mention, speaking of Massachusetts in the Short Bus Brigade, the FBI Uniformed Crime Report consistently has Massachusetts as the #1 state in New England for violent crime. New England being Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont. Now, Massachusetts is the #1 state in New England for violent crime, followed by Rhode Island and Connecticut. In other words, the 3 states in New England, not in the whole country. No, yeah, sorry. In other words, the 3 states who have the strictest gun laws on the books. So they're murders, rapes, armed robberies, and home invasions, assaults, muggings, things like that. Are all higher than Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont, the 3 states with next to no gun laws. Remember, this is significant because these are all states that are either bordering or at least within proximity of each other. And they have similar economic, educational, and racial demographics. We're not comparing like Massachusetts and Nevada or Rhode Island and Kansas, states that are completely different, New Hampshire and Alabama, right? So these are all similar states, similar population sizes, stuff like that. We can put them side by side and at least somewhat look at the results and see how they go. So Massachusetts has nearly triple the violent crime Maine has, more than double what New Hampshire has, and nearly double what Vermont has, even though those states have no assault weapons ban, permitless carry, and only Vermont has red flag laws. Ironically, guess which state of the 3 pro-gun states has the highest violent crime rate? If you guessed Vermont, you're right. Not to mention, Massachusetts gun laws have done next to nothing to actually change the murder rate in Massachusetts alone, much less would they actually affect the rest of the country. A state that's seen its murder rate decline at either the same pace or slower than the rest of the country, despite the rest of the country passing objectively more pro-gun legislation, such as permitless carry laws and repeals on assault weapons bans. So maybe, just maybe, your gun control doesn't work. Not in this country. So maybe we can look at other alternatives for how we can protect our kids and not disarm innocent people at the same time and strip people of their God-given right to self-defense. Maybe we can do that. Maybe we can do... Are we... So here's where I'm at, gun control advocates. Here's where I'm at. Are the cops Nazis, or should only the cops have guns? Because it bounces between the two of those things with you two. If a cop shoots somebody or beats someone up, it's all cops are Nazis. We need to abolish them. And then as soon as a mass shooting happens, it's, well, we need stricter gun control. We need a gun ban. We don't need guns in this country. We're the only country that has this many guns, blah, 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 blah. We need to get rid of them. Okay, who do you think's going to enforce that? The Nazis that you were complaining about. So where are we at in the retard cycle right now? Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you could actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese Spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.